So, hello students. Hope you are doing well. In our previous class, we have discussed the structure of glucose, and today we will continue from the last session of the previous class. So, our today's topic is glucose. Today's topic is glucose. Okay. So, what is glucose? As we have discussed in our previous class, glucose is a monosaccharide. Glucose is a monosaccharide with the and glucose has two type of structure. One is linear structure, open chain structure, and another is the cyclic structure. So what is the linear structure or open chain structure of the glucose? The open chain structure of glucose is like this. There is total 6 carbon atom, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So there is total 6 carbon atom, and each carbon atom has a definite role in glucose in determining the properties of the glucose. So look, there are total 6 carbon atom in a glucose molecule. So the first carbon atom, this is the first carbon atom. So this is the first carbon atom. This is second, third, fourth, fifth, and this is the sixth carbon atom. So the first carbon atom is an aldehydic carbon atom. The first carbon atom is an aldehydic carbon atom. So the first carbon atom, as we say, this is the aldehydic carbon atom. Aldehydic carbon, and the carbon atoms from 2 to 5. These 4 carbon atoms are the secondary type carbon atom. The 4 carbon atoms from 2 to 5 are the 2-degree carbon atom. 2-degree alcoholic carbon atom. 2-degree or secondary carbon atom. From where? From 2 to 4. And this carbon atom is a 1-degree, or this is the primary alcoholic carbon. This is basically alcoholic carbon. So there are three different types of carbon atom. So there are three different types of carbon atom in a glucose molecule. So there are three different types of carbon atom in a glucose molecule. So very often this question is being asked in your exam, in your different competitive exam. What are the type of the carbon atom present in a glucose molecule? So in a glucose molecule, there are three different types of carbon atoms. One is aldehyde carbon, and from 2 to 4, that is the 2, 3, 4, 2 to 5 actually. So 2 to 5. So there are 4 secondary alcoholic carbon atom, and there is one primary or 1-degree alcoholic carbon atom. Okay. So we'll see some reaction of the glucose molecule. Number one, we'll see some reactions, important reactions basically. Not going to discuss all the reactions, but some important reaction for you. uh, First of all, glucose reacts with glucose reacts with bromine water, Br2 water, bromine water. Very important reaction this is. So glucose reacts with bromine water, tolerance reagent, and failing solution as well. Failing solution. Um, to failing solution, to give gluconic acid. Gluconic acid. So what is gluconic acid? So what is the gluconic acid? Gluconic acid is the 6 carbon carboxylic acid. Gluconic acid is the 6 carbon carboxylic acid. So this is the glucose. 3, 4, CH2OH, and the hydroxy group, the hydroxyl group at second carbon atom is on the right hand side, third carbon atom on the left hand side, fourth and fifth on the right hand side. So this is the type of, basically, this is the D plus glucose. This is the D plus glucose. This is D plus glucose. So if D plus glucose molecule, if D plus glucose molecule, D plus glucose molecule, if D plus glucose molecule reacts with bromine water, what happens? The aldehydic functional group, look, the open chain glucose molecule, glucose molecule contains one aldehydic functional group. So it reacts with bromine water, it reacts with tolerance reagent, and it reacts with failing solution. Okay. So after reacts with all these type of reagents, it becomes gluconic acid. Gluconic acid means the first carbon atom, this is the aldehydic carbon atom, aldehydic group becomes carboxylic acid group. Rest of the portion remains similar. Only the change has been occurred on the aldehydic functional group. Rest of the portion will remain same. So this is the gluconic acid. This is gluconic acid. This is gluconic acid. So this is the example of the presence of the aldehydic functional group. So this reaction, by this reaction, presence of aldehydic functional group in glucose is detected. You can write it. This is a very important reaction for glucose. So we are going to discuss another very important reaction of glucose. This is the oxidation. Oxidation with HNO3, which actually determines the presence of the primary alcoholic group. Okay. So What is the glucose? Or next reaction. Reaction with HNO3. So this is the glucose molecule. I am writing the glucose molecule, the structure of glucose molecule again and again. You guys also should write the structure of glucose molecule again and again so that it is practiced. Okay, so it makes you very familiar with the structure. More you write on your copy, more will be you familiar with the complex structure of the glucose. So this is the structure of the glucose. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are total 6 carbon atom, and it oxidized with presence of HNO3, nitric acid. So when it reacts with the nitric acid, the first the aldehydic functional group, the number 1 carbon atom and the sixth carbon atom, this is the primary alcoholic functional group. So aldehydic carbon and the primary alcoholic carbon, both these carbon turns into the carboxylic acid group. So COOH, here also it becomes COOH, H, OH, and it is also COOH. So this is called saccharic acid. This is called saccharic acid. This is called saccharic acid. So these two examples, two reactions are very important for the glucose molecules. Okay, so glucose, you all know that glucose reacts with the failing solution and the tolerance reagent. So glucose is nothing but a reducing sugar. Okay, so what are the reducing sugar? So now we are going to discuss the two types of sugar, reducing sugar and non-reducing sugar. So glucose is a reducing sugar. So carbohydrate, what are the reducing sugars? Very often this reaction, this type of questions are being asked. So reducing sugar. So what are the reducing sugar? The carbohydrates, the carbohydrates in which the aldehydic or ketonic, the aldehydic or ketonic groups are free. Aldehydic or ketonic groups are free and are capable of reducing and are capable of reducing failing solutions. Reducing sugar means they are capable of reducing failing solutions. Failing solutions capable of reducing failure solutions or tolerance reagent. Ammoniacal silver nitrate uh, tolerance reagent are known as reducing sugars. Are known as reducing sugar. Example. Now we are going to discuss the example. So glucose is a reducing sugar. So glucose and fructose also are the reducing sugar. Glucose and fructose. So this is the structure of the glucose. We all know here OH, H, only one OH at the left. This is the third carbon, and second, fourth, and fifth. The OH group attached to the second, fourth, and fifth carbon atom are on the right hand side. So look, the glucose molecule has one aldehydic functional group free, so it can reduce failing solution as well as tolerance reagent. So glucose is a reducing sugar. Glucose is a reducing sugar. So if you guys are asked whether glucose is reducing sugar or not, the answer will be yes. Glucose is a reducing sugar. And similarly, fructose is also a reducing sugar. So what will be the structure of fructose? In fructose, there are CH2OH and below also a CH2OH, and here the one carbon atom, second carbon atom is the ketonic functional group, ketonic carbon. Second carbon atom is the ketonic carbon. Here in glucose, the first carbon atom is the aldehydic carbon. In fructose, the second carbon atom is the ketonic carbon. Rest of the portion from 3 to 5, 3, 4, 5 are same as in the glucose. 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So if we compare, this is the structure of fructose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, in glucose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from this portion, from 3 to 6 are similar. 3 to 6, from 3 to 6 are similar in glucose and fructose. The difference is only at this first and second carbon atom. In the glucose, first carbon atom is the aldehydic group, aldehydic carbon. Second carbon atom is the secondary or alcoholic functional group. And in fructose, the first carbon atom is the primary alcoholic carbon, and the second carbon atom is the free ketonic carbon atom. So, as fructose also contains the free ketonic group at the second carbon atom, so it is also a reducing sugar. Fructose is also a reducing sugar. So what will be the non-reducing sugar? So in the non-reducing sugar, the aldehydic and ketonic groups are bonded and are not capable of reducing sugar. So what are the non-reducing sugars? Basically, what are the non-reducing sugar? Non-reducing sugar. Non-reducing sugar are the carbohydrates in which aldehydic or ketonic functional group, aldehydic or ketonic aldehydic or ketonic functional groups are bonded, not free, they are bonded. Aldehydic or ketonic functional groups are bonded, okay, and are not capable of reducing, and are not capable of reducing failing solution or tolerance reagent. So example, there are different types of carbohydrate like starch. Examples are the starch, cellulose, glycogen, etc. So these questions are very often asked in your exam. So my dear friends, my dear students, hope you have learned a lot from this class. And if you want to have the or you if you want to gather the pdf formats or notes of this class, please write down in the comment section. Okay, or if you do have any doubts or queries, you can also write in the comment section. I will get back to you to solve your problem with my level best. Okay, so please, one request, as I do in all my classes, please keep your notebook handy while you are listening this class, and try to write down the notes what I have written on the whiteboard by pausing the video. Okay, otherwise you will all forget this. And at last, I request my dear students, please subscribe my channel and do like, share, and comment. Okay, till then, goodbye. Meet you soon.